Here we go. Get ready to have a good time. This is exciting, isn't it?
All right, we're on. Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
I've allotted 1 hour for recreational activity. There's no time for irrelevant conversation. Fun will now commence.
Garry.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Garry.
But wait, there's more.
That's what I'm talking about.
He's Garry Meier.
Hey, pals! Hi there, GarrForce. It's the Friday, November 19th, 2021 edition of the GarryMeierShow, Cocktail Hour Live.
Cocktails, woo, drinks.
If my day is going as scheduled, the show is going wheels up at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, but I'm busy acting as reporter for MousePlanet.com by visiting with Mickey Mouse and pals as the Destination D23 Fantastic Disney Celebration event gets underway this weekend over on my neighbor's property at the Walt Disney World Resort. In fact, if you'd like to learn the latest about what's going on at Disney parks, resorts, and experiences around the globe as I hear them this weekend, or you'd like to see pop culture-fueled looks at Walt Disney World back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, Disney will actually be live streaming many of the panels and presentations over on D23.com, the website of the official Disney fan club, as well as on D23's Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter channels. For Cirque du Soleil fans out there, one of the scheduled panels will feature the creative team behind Drawn to Life, the first show developed as a collaboration between Cirque and Disney. It opened at Disney Springs at Walt Disney World just last night, and I was invited to be there for its debut. By now, I've shared my opening night impressions over on Mouse Planet's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts, and I'll have more on mouseplanet.com coming up on Tuesday. So while I'm busy tonight, podcast producer Keith is on the controls right here. And of course, no matter where you are, it's time for a digital mimosa. For those new to the show, Garry podcasts 5 days a week. Tuesday and Thursday podcasts are available to premium subscribers. Listen to free shows and sign up for premium shows at GarryMeier.com, where you'll also find Garry's blog and merchandise. Friday's Cocktail Hour live shows stream free right here. Comments are welcome on all of our live streaming channels, and you can also text us at 773-888-2157. Regular charges may apply. All of our past live shows are available on the GarrForce Live YouTube channel. We also recommend it as the best place to stream when we're live. Please take a moment now to subscribe on YouTube. It's free, and if you click that little bell icon next to the subscribe button, you can be notified when we're live. Like and share the show on all of your favorite social media channels too. If you've done that already, thanks. Alright, Keith, here's your cue. Coming up real quick, Garry's face is going to fly into the screen and you're going to put him on live. The rest of you, fasten your seatbelts. It's time to go wheels up on the GarrForce Live!
Yes, it has flown really into the screen door. Welcome to the Cocktail Show. GarrForce Hangar. That's where this is coming to you live from in the good old USOA. All right, let me address the 800-pound audio irritant in the room. Is that on the piece that Alan constructed, Keith, or is that something that was just happening now? Because the audio was dropping out. I thought it was my cocktail in my head, but I'm seeing a lot of the comments are saying the same thing. And we hit some goo here right out of the box. I'm telling you, what did I say about that fucking lunar eclipse? What did I tell you?
I'm blaming the eclipse.
I'm telling you, things are going to be weird. And this is going to be for, I don't know how long. We're still, all right, let me get my wits about me. The audio, what was the problem there?
I think it was with the video. So now that we're actually on live, it seems to be okay. I'm not sure if it was.
So that was something that Alan put together, and it was embedded in what he put together.
Yeah, or it may have been, maybe my crappy internet connection here in Forest Park, or it was the video itself. I'm not sure, but now that we're not playing the video anymore, it seems to be okay.
Okay, Forest Park, Illinois. Put a stick pin in it. Bad Wi-Fi. Don't move there. All right. If I have to do that, I will. Forest Park, you're on notice. Okay, let me gather my wits, and say hello to some people that have checked in already. Brian was the first to check in, and I'll tell you where Keely-Ann is. I know a lot of people expect Keely-Ann to be the first in. Brian said, fireplace, Manhattan, GarrForce, let's go. Yes, that is the companion piece to Kick the Tires and Light the Fires. Why don't we put that up on the screen, Keith, so we can be officially, well, almost officially. We're going to take the condom off in just a second here. Do you have the graphics? There it is. Okay, that's that. And Leslie, why don't you remove the wine condom so we can get this monkey going?
I'm feeling comfortable enough to loosen my seatbelt here. I'm feeling better about things.
Sometimes when you're going up, you hit some goo.
Yeah.
And take off. You hit some clouds or whatever. And then you get above them. We're above them now.
Oh.
I'm expecting a goo-free ride, but take that condom off and prove it.
And we absolutely have some build-up here today, so
yeah,
I should even make a decent pop.
This is a lunar eclipse pop. Look, watch. Oh, ooh, wow, that thing really went.
God, and I was feeling so good about the eclipse. I got up on the hour, on the half hour, every half hour last night to watch it. And I was thinking, this might be the winds of change beginning to blow. I'm really hoping that
okay, and so far, the winds of change have not been really good. If that opening was any indication, is Alan's checking in on the comment section. This is the producer of the Friday show. He's on the comment section. Hi, GarrForce. I have a moment for a note. Hello from Disney World. Have a good show. Thank you, Alan. Well, you better check that out. Well, we don't know. It might be Wi-Fi at Keith's place. Okay, Amy from St. Louis has checked in. Karen, David, and Donna, Doug. We've got Marianne from Dubuque, Stephen in Palos Park, Illinois, the home of the Plush Horse. You've ever been there in the southwestern suburbs of Chicago, Leslie?
I have not been to the Plush Horse, I can say, but I have been to all of Palos's Heights, Park,
Heights.
What is it? Palos.
Bill,
and then
Palos Bill. Marcia said, enjoying the condo, not the condo show, the commando show, the condo show. That's when we put condos on the screen and try to sell them. That'll be a show coming up in the spring when condos move more.
And if you are a realtor and you would like us to do that, just contact the show, and we're looking for new advertisers all the time. So what the hell?
There you go.
Your featured home of the week.
Yes, your condo.
There you go. Or store.
Or store. Doug, Patty, Kristen, Michael, Manuel, and Chris, and Lawrence, and Jane from Bloomington, Illinois, over by there. Okay, I thought that the lunar eclipse, which was the first one of that magnitude since 580 years ago, the one that happened early this morning, you got up and saw it.
Something. Yep.
And it was magnificent.
I mean, who wants to miss a chance to see a beaver moon? And I heard beaver moon, and bam, man, I was out there. It was awesome.
Great. And that was at what time?
It was, it started at something like 12:03, and then it wrapped up sometime after 3:30.
Central
What was
time.
it? 3 hours and 28 minutes, which it turns out 328 was your draft number.
My lottery draft number. Yeah, that's a very lucky number for me. So I was equally excited that it was that. And now I'm just waiting for the repercussions. After the last one, things were weird for weeks, months, and still weird. And now we've got this one to add into the mix. Hold on for just a minute and let this thing pass over. That's why we drink on Fridays for situations just like this, because we don't know. We don't know what the next day brings. We got through the week. Cheers. What are you having, Leslie?
I'm having a Sauvignon Blanc, a Celsius 13 or 13 Celsius, however you want to read it. It's out of New Zealand, I guess.
Okay, and I'm having my Manhattan in my Once Upon a Time in Hollywood glass that Ryan sent me. Wisconsin reporter Ryan, who celebrated a birthday this week. He'll talk about where they went for his birthday and some other things. Remember,
it's darkety dark already too.
Yes, it is.
This is
and it will be
our second show where we're
in the dark.
All in the dark.
And we will be doing a show next Friday on Black Friday. It's the Black and Hard show. It's Black Friday, hard liquor. Join us for that. If you're not shopping or with family or friends or whatever, you need a place to come to. Same time, same station next Friday, the Black and Hard Show. And yeah, we'll have what's left over from Thanksgiving and pour some cocktail on it. Remember, people, drink to be happy, but empty bottle means an empty life. Well, I'll buy the first part of that. And tomorrow I will be sober curious and think about the empty life part. But tonight, drinking makes me happy.
I did my thirst day yesterday, which is where I stay clean so that I'm top notch for drinking here on a Friday. And actually, I'm thinking that after today's show, I might go sit on a rock, take off my shoes and cry for a bit, because we've got a story coming up later on about somebody else who finds some solace in crying.
Good.
And I think you'll find it very interesting.
Very cleansing. Yeah, that's the procedure here. The show ends, go out to the backyard, sit on a rock, take my shoes off and cry. And that's a complete evening for me. Fridays, I have a whole ritual now on Fridays leading up to the show, and most of it involves, during the nice weather, yard work. I love doing yard work, leaf blowing, weed whacking, any kind of yard work that involves machinery. That really gives me a Zen moment. And then when we go into this time of year, I start cleaning inside. And Leslie and I are from the same cloth in this one. We're very anal retentive, and we have to clean to keep our mind right. So that's what I did today. I did some cleaning. It's one of those things where I went to look for something and I pulled something out. And I went, oh, what's behind? Oh, that's dusty. And now everything's coming out of the closet. Things are being thrown out. And yeah, I hit my speed there. Remember, this is very inclusive before we go any further. All Dutch wives are welcome on the program. Body pillow, contoured pillow, sex doll, hot water bottle, sewing kit, whatever you call your Dutch wife, welcome, and all sizes of schnauzers. Leslie, what are the sizes?
That would be teacup toy, miniature, standard, and giant.
Whatever schnauzer, whatever size. I got my portable one.
And please don't treat your schnauzer like a Dutch wife. We want only consenting Dutch wives on this show.
Exactly. The show is Concealed Garry. You can bring it anywhere. You can bring it to the airport. You can bring it to church. You can bring it to a gun store. Concealed Garry is legal in all 50 states. Just want to mention that. All right. You're going to do some stories a little bit later. We have no guest today because we just didn't feel like being on our toes and having to mind our manners. We need one of these every now and then to blow out the steam. And I figured with the lunar eclipse, we should stay just with our group and just have some kind of conversation amongst ourselves. And speaking of condoms, I saw this commercial yesterday. This was weird. And this is on broadcast television. This is not on some weird cable channel. Here's the setup. This young girl and her boyfriend are in the kitchen talking to her mother. And she is inviting the boyfriend over, obviously. It seems.
Well, the boyfriend's across the island in the kitchen.
Oh, you've seen this?
Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Good. Okay, so the girlfriend and the boyfriend are standing there, or the girl that lives there is talking to her mother, and the boyfriend says, hey, thank you for inviting me. It sounds like he's going to spend the weekend. And the mother walks away, and the girlfriend whispers to him, did you bring the condoms? Did you bring the condoms? And she keeps repeating that. And he keeps going, what? And the father's sitting in the living room about 20 yards away. And finally, the father looks over. He says to him, did you bring the condoms? And he's got a hearing aid. And that's what they're promoting.
It's a hearing aid
commercial. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Now we're talking about it. So maybe that is the best way to go. But I'm thinking, oh, wow.
But apparently all bets are off now, and it is harder these days to get advertisers, which is why we love ours. And they've been with us since the beginning of this show. But on top of that, I was listening to the radio and I heard the words anal fissures. Anal fissures.
And it was not a clown name.
No, it was talking about some sort of butt treatment, and it helps if you have once again, anal fissures. And I went, oh my God,
Yeah.
we couldn't when we were on the radio, and this is gonna make us sound old again, but we couldn't say things like nipple.
Yeah.
I had a program director who said, if you ever say nipple again, I will fire you. But now we get to say all sorts of things like condom.
Yes. And this happens when the economy goes south. That's where I learned about hard liquor advertised on broadcast television and radio. It was never on broadcast television or radio. And I thought, well, the FCC must have a rule about that. And then I find out that no, it was just the broadcast companies came together and said, well, we want to be kind of family fair and we don't want to advertise hard liquor. That's against our moral compass. And then the economy went south and I started to hear these hard liquor ads. It was just some embedded thing that they all went with. It was not a law. And that's why you see the hard liquor ads now. Same thing with condoms. You'll hear those on commercial radio and strip clubs because these companies pay what is called the top of the rate. They will pay anything to get on these facilities. And now you're hearing strip clubs, condom ads, and anything else that you would never hear before.
Exactly.
Money talks.
The other thing that I like around this time of year too are the really esoteric cologne and perfume commercials. It all starts right about now, and I'm starting to see those commercials where they're really beautiful people, and they're doing things that kind of don't make sense. Like walking around a pool in a fur coat and then saying just words like decadence or
it's
loss.
Right. Yeah, okay.
And then at the end it's like by whoever, Chanel or
this is the world we're in. This is the civilization that we're watching decline by the minute. Again, another good excuse to drink every Friday. Oh, I see Tracy up on the comment section. I want to thank Tracy, and I know you want to thank Tracy for our Kringles.
Oh,
got a new batch of Kringles in the mail. Thank you, Tracy. Wow, those are good. Now, full disclosure, I approached that bakery to advertise because I thought we'll talk about your thing for free for a little bit, but now you got to pay up because it's like heroin. We'll give you the first batch for free, and then when you're hooked, we want to charge you. And they told me that their advertising budget has been spent for the rest of the year.
And I can understand that because I got a catalog from the bakery and it is a beautiful little catalog, nice cardstock. And I mean, shiny. It's very, very cool. And the product is pretty freaking awesome.
Oh, it's delicious, but I'd like to get a taste for getting a taste. If that's too much to ask. Come on.
And somebody was questioning if I was barefoot, and the answer is yes. Yes, I am barefoot.
Why would they need to know that? And why?
I have no idea. Someone with a foot fetish, but hey, we welcome all comers. That didn't sound right.
Watch your mouth. Well, when we say it's a commando show, who knows what people are thinking? I know what I'm thinking. I'm already, look at, we're what, 20 minutes into the show, already half gone. This is going to be happening. By the way, the holiday season has kicked in. This is my MO for the rest of the year. And when December 1st happens, getting anybody in an office to do anything, forget it. Everybody's gone on holiday starting maybe right now, but December 1st, forget it. It's all on holiday time.
So it's going to be interesting going into retail establishments during this Christmas season because it seems like everybody's shorthanded and we're already seeing people losing their crap. By the way, is today going to be full of swears? Have we decided if today's
full of swears? But Cindy, did you see what Cindy said there on the screen, Leslie?
What is that?
Chug it, Garry.
Oh, don't get... See, that kind of peer pressure, I don't know, Cindy.
I still got to fly this thing for a while, and that could be silly, too silly. I know you like silly, but I don't want to be completely out of sync with reality.
But you do have a lovely glow, and we do like when we use that as our show barometer. Usually.
Did you notice my lighting's different?
Yes.
Yeah, I usually have
is that intentional?
This light they sell for Zoom calls and stuff, and it's not working. So this is the overhead light where I'm doing this. And you can see the GarrForce poster better.
Yeah.
And anything that doesn't make me look hideous. See, good lighting and good timing are everything. And if you don't have the good lighting when you're doing these things, oh Jesus.
I as of next week, I think I'm going to start smearing the camera with Vaseline because I don't think there is any good lighting for this.
Well, you
anymore.
start with the camera, and who knows at the end of the day where
There
that
you
ends
go.
up. It's a Vaseline kind of day.
Shoot. But you look great. You look fabulous. What kind of Band-Aid are you wearing today?
This is Tasmanian Devil. There are
That's
two
very
types.
manly.
Every Christmas, my friend Roberto sends me boxes of these Band-Aids, and it's Bugs Bunny and the Tasmanian Devil. So, and I just pull one out, and if it's Bugs, great. If it's a Tasmanian Devil, fine. That's what I go with. That's my only little thing. I love these Band-Aids. And I told the story of how I got started on a Bugs Bunny Band-Aid. I just like something whimsical. Woo, for the holidays and beyond.
Speaking of advertising, there is a company that sells now man wedding bands. They are strict.
Yeah, I saw that.
They're probably like man bands or something like that. But somebody saw a niche and they filled it. And in your case, in lieu of jewelry, you've got the Band-Aid, and I think it's very stylish. It's eye-catching.
Not pretentious, is it? No.
Not pretentious.
Okay.
And it gives you a chance to just change it up every so often.
I want to have Keith put Brian's text up on the screen because I'm going to confirm my cherry. And what Brian is saying there, Luxardo cherries in the Manhattan. Yeah. Have you ever had these?
No.
Oh, yeah. I've got one. They're a little pricey, but I'm telling you, they're worth every. Brian, you know this, obviously. This Luxardo cherry and the juice that's in there. Oh my God. Here's what I want under the tree. I want a jar of Luxardo cherries, 5-gallon cans of gasoline, bread mixes, and gift cards. That's all I want. Because gasoline.
I'm going to have to return the stump grinder, I guess. But
stump grinder.
Maybe next year.
No. Stump grinder's good. The gasoline situation is getting so crazy that's actually a luxury item. They're going to be doing commercials where they are saying words like you said about that perfume commercial. Yeah. And it'll be gasoline they're selling.
That I would buy. But
Brian says, save the juice for pancakes when the cherries are gone. Here's the bit. As I'm putting the cherry in my drink, I take a spoonful of the juice, and they should make a drink out of the cherry juice. I'm telling you, I'm not overselling this. Luxardo, Luxardo.
Well, apparently it's a thing because
even Sarah's mentioned it. Yeah.
I hope the tattoos are healing very nicely. Brian's the one who had his tattoo done during our show just a couple weeks ago, and it was that was during our Halloween show, so that was pretty cool.
I hear the show is very soothing. When people listen, they feel comforted because we don't talk about anything that might make your head spin off your shoulders. And I know there's an 800-pound rifle in the room, and I'm not talking about it.
No, we are
not. I am not.
So with that, before we get too far into the show, we probably should set up today's giveaway.
Yes, and I have the phrase.
Oh?
Okay. Tell us what we're going to give away.
A GarrForce
scarf. Still in the wrapper.
It is still in the wrapper, and
a wine condom. And how we do this, we put a phrase out there, and then you plug it in, and then the computer will pick the winner at the end of the show. And the phrase is Beaver Moon. Beaver Moon is the phrase, and it's hashtag Beaver Moon, right?
Topical. It doesn't matter if it's capitals or you can do it all uppercase, lowercase, or the way Keith has put it up there, but Beaver Moon as it is spelled.
And then the computer will decide who gets the condom and the scarf. All right. That will be at the end of the show. So plug that in, and hopefully you'll win said items.
Wait, $18.49 a jar for those cherries?
I said it was pricey. That's why it's a gift under the tree. That's a gift.
Awesome.
And here's as they say, here's your big gift. It's Luxardo cherries.
Okay.
That's why I only use one per drink. I got to stretch them out.
Wow.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, you get what you pay for in a lot of things. I'm not exaggerating. The taste of these cherries is extraordinary.
Are you a maraschino kind of guy?
I'll do them in a pinch.
Okay, that's
But
what
the Luxardo,
he
once
says.
you've had Luxardo, it's hard to go any other way. Just
That's
do one per drink. Well, you're going to
now
want to do all the juice. After you taste the juice, you're going to want to drink the whole jar of juice. It's just crazy ass. All right. And we have the birthday boy on deck here. Ryan, how are you?
Hey, I'm okay. It was a good birthday, except the day after I ran this eye into the corner of a car door. So at least I don't have a black eye and I can still see. So it was a little bumpy.
Let's walk through this. When was your birthday officially?
17th.
Okay. And how did you walk into a car door?
The next day we were moving cars around and I just opened the car door and the top corner hit the top of my eye. And I thought, oh no, there goes my eye.
Yeah, because that corner of the car door, that's got a little point to it, doesn't it?
It does. So all's good, but that was a little wake up call, I guess, after the birthday fun at I'll show you. I have a picture of where we went, but we did okay.
Okay, and let's get an update on some of the Lego bricks projects that you have going at your household. You've got the Home Alone house, you've got the Titanic, the White House is up. The White House is up. That's done. Where are you on the other projects?
The Titanic, I would say, is a third done, and I didn't take a picture of it's the front kind of hull. The cutaway, you can see a swimming pool. You can see some of the engines in the lower half. I mean, it's really detailed. So, and I think she's doing the rivets a little better than maybe the first time, on
the actual Titanic.
On the actual Titanic. So
yeah, I busted that thing wide open when I went to the Titanic exhibit in Chicago, and they had a film of them building the Titanic, and me being the Zapruder Jr. that I am, I watched these guys riveting, and they were so fascinated by the movie camera because that was a new thing, that they were missing rivets. I'm going, they're missing rivets. And then we know what happened. It became a Leonardo DiCaprio movie. But that's where it all started. Look at the film and say I'm wrong. But don't say I'm wrong until you see the film.
So is the model hinged? So if you want to sink it in a bathtub, right there at that 1/3 point, you can kind of break it and have it.
Don't suggest that. Otherwise, Hank will have the bathtub full of water and sneaking mom's expensive Lego up there. But yeah, I don't know how it all goes together. As I said, maybe there's a third assembled already. But and the Home Alone house is still in the box. I think once the Titanic came, that kind of took precedence over anything else.
And how long will the Titanic take? How often does she work on it? Do you all work on it?
Her and Hank usually work on it at night, and then he gets kind of mad at Mom because he'll wake up the next morning and there's a little more done. Hey, Mom, you didn't wait for me. So they kind of do it together, and I'm not much into that, so I just watch.
Which one weighed 50 pounds when it was delivered?
The Titanic. It came in a big box, and then there's 3 sections in there.
50 pounds of Lego bricks.
So I'm more supervisory, and they're doing the work. It's usually, hey, we dropped this under the couch, go look for it, and so.
Okay. We talk about Dutch wives on the program, but there's another Dutch thing that you sent me that I was not aware of. It's called the Dutch Reach.
If you want to, Keith, put up the screen. I grabbed a screen grab from the video. There it is.
Okay. What this is, the whole concept, they're talking about when you open your car door after you've parked it on a curb area there might be a bicyclist coming along, and if you open your door willy-nilly, the bicyclist could run into your door. So the Dutch Reach is you take your right arm and go and open the door because you will turn to see what's behind you before you open it. It forces you to turn. Not that I would.
I think more people should be doing that when they change lanes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm seeing a lot of people who think that by turning on their turn signal, everybody else magically disappears, or they don't even bother with the turn signal and they just move into whatever lane they want to.
That's the Dutch Reach.
There's the Dutch Reach. I did have.
Goo. We've hit some goo. Fasten your seatbelts. We're hitting some goo. Did he click himself out, Keith?
I think he might have, yeah.
All right.
By the way, Anthony, it is Beaver Moon, not Wisconsin.
Okay. Okay. While Ryan is reconnecting, Keith sent me a story about this couple who are on OnlyFans. You're familiar with this website? It's a naughty
I
website.
could pretend that I'm not, but I'm aware, and I'm sure a lot of the adults in the audience are too.
Okay. Now that I've set this up, Ryan, let's have you participate in this, where I'm going to show you a picture. Keith is going to, I think, play a little music underneath, and we'll discuss. And then we'll get to your Wisconsin report too. Keith, do you have that? Yeah. Okay. This couple is active on the OnlyFans website, and now they're getting a lot of blowback because they have 2 teenage daughters. And people are saying they're disgusting, this and that. The daughters are aware of this. And I'm of the school that a lot of things are none of my business. And if this is cool with the family, and she's making apparently a lot of money doing these poses, who am I to say?
If maybe some of the blowback isn't from the teen daughters who are going, well, God, Mom, really?
They have a picture of all 4 of them, the 2 teenage girls with them, and they all seem happy. Keith, where's the music that you put together? That adds to the whole thing. Put the picture up and play the music.
I think my computer froze on me.
We're hitting go.
More good.
Go. I got dumped out.
Hashtag Beaver Moon. Okay,
Beaver Moon. The Beaver Moon is whipping its tail at us right now.
Oh boy.
There it is.
Yeah.
Put the picture up. It plays better. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
God, my daughter would have been so PO'd at me if Mom, Dad.
Yeah. Again, if everybody's in sync, who am I to say anything? And they're making a fortune.
Are the hospital socks sexy? I don't think
Wait a minute.
so.
Put that back up. Wait,
pink hospital socks. Not doing it.
Wait, he's wearing those, right? Who's wearing those? I'm trying to get the leg configuration.
No, he's wearing those.
Wait. Yeah, I think it's him.
Wait,
he's wearing those.
Put it back up. I can't.
Oh, that.
Yes.
No, wait a minute.
That's it. No, that's
no.
her.
That's her leg.
She's got her leg crossed.
See where his leg is?
She has very manly legs.
Manly legs. You got man legs. All right. Well, this OnlyFans thing is making some people a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it's usually people that you would not suspect doing this, but they figured, hey, if I do my regular job, I'll make this much. If I do this, I'll make a lot more. I don't have to leave home.
Well, what did we find out? Like, pornography is a multi-billion-dollar business. So many of the advancements that we've seen in video have come out of the porn industry.
Porn has jump-started every basic technology that we enjoy today. The VHS, VCRs, all that was accelerated by porn.
Yeah.
I actually used to work with somebody who said that all advancements in the entertainment field are from either porn or Disney, like one or the other.
Pick one.
We can't. I hope Alan's not here to hear this right now. But Disney porn. But no, it's not gonna.
And I do have. Speaking of Alan, I do have that. A few weeks ago, I talked about we were at that pumpkin patch and they had the candy cannon, and Alan was at that entertainment show, and they had they were selling. There was a company that makes those. So.
Makes these candy cannons.
Yeah, he sends a picture. Keith, I have it up.
Yeah, put this up and tell me, are you shooting candy into prison yards? Who needs this? Look at this thing. This is what they have in Afghanistan. This is what the Taliban has.
Okay, and what do we find out? Anytime someone creates something this beautiful, some ne'er-do-well is now sitting there going, well, gee, what if I could shoot things into a prison yard? But obviously these people intend this for just fun and good times.
Every idea starts out as benign, and then people take it and corrupt it, and this will be shooting cocaine over the border wall in about a week.
If they could put people inside. Ooh.
And that's a small mock-up.
Just widen the barrel.
The one we had was like 3 times that. So this must be the display cannon.
Okay. Let's talk about your birthday. Where did you go? How did you celebrate?
So I have that picture up, Keith. We went to a place in West Allis, Wisconsin the Pizza Palace organ piper. So you have pizza, and this man there, you can see the still picture, plays all kinds of music. The lights go around the place. There's cymbals. He controls everything from the organ. So it's been there for a long time, but it's cool.
That's what she said. It's Phantom of the Pepperoni. And you said in text that you sent the night of the event that your son Hank, when the organ started up, was frightened.
He was. I don't know if he's ever kind of, seen or heard an organ, and then it's got the lights and all of that. There's a warning. I think Leslie said, "Hey, there's probably a warning that the lights and stuff may have a reaction to people, and there's a warning on the door. This may, if you're prone to seizures or something, beware when you come in here because there's lots of lights and stuff going on."
And that's the thing. When you see the video of this, it really is seizure inducing. There's so much flashing light. And
how's the pizza?
Pizza's very good. So we had pizza, eggplant, deep fried eggplant circle, strips, and so it was very good. Hank spent most of the time in the arcade, so that worked.
Wisconsin is kind of back to norm with Aaron Rodgers. He's playing again. They won when he came back, so things are fine in Wisconsin. I know the verdict today might set some people off, but outside of that, Wisconsin seems, no matter what happens, as long as Aaron Rodgers is playing, it doesn't matter.
We're all good, correct? Yeah. And that's
the whole world could be blown up.
It's mostly peaceful tonight. Everything's chill so far. Nobody's starting anything.
And we do talk about the flat earthers a lot. The last photo I had popped up on Facebook right before the show. I have that. There it is. The flat Earth eclipse. So that was that was. I saw people start sharing that, so that must have just got released recently. So I saw that. So we'll leave with that of all kind of the show and tell. Other than I do have the video report, Keith, that you can load up.
We'll play that, and then let's talk about the Reese's pie.
Oh yes,
after your report.
Yes,
if we have,
as I mentioned that in there.
Let's do that, Keith, if it's ready to go.
It's Wisconsin, yeah, hey.
Hey everyone, it's Ryan, and I have a few updates this week from Wisconsin. If you're looking for something to go along with your Thanksgiving dinner that isn't the Arby's vodka or the giant peanut butter cup pie that Hershey's is selling, I found a lady here locally in the Waukesha area who makes turkey-shaped loaves of sourdough bread. The $7 loaves include custom wrapping and a custom message on there like "Gobble Gobble, Happy Thanksgiving." I think it's a pretty unique gift to bring with you to Thanksgiving dinner. I'm ordering a few and going to send them to friends and family. I'll let you know how they turn out. Now, focusing on the movie The Fugitive, what is the best way to escape custody when you're being transported through an airport? Use the bathroom. Well, this happened recently at the Milwaukee International Airport. A prisoner was being transferred back into Wisconsin by a civilian transport company. They were unarmed. They had the prisoner in handcuffs, and he said, "Hey, I need to use the bathroom. Can you take the handcuffs off?" While the one guy was getting the bags, the other person said, "Hey, sure," and undid his handcuffs, and he went to the bathroom. Well, after he was done using the bathroom, he ran out of the bathroom, pushed the guy aside, and ran out the baggage claim doors, never to be seen again. Well, at least he hasn't been captured yet. Pretty good way to escape from custody, saying, "Hey, I got to use the bathroom. I thought someone had to go in there with them and undid the handcuffs right there, so this couldn't happen." Well, reading a little more, this company's had problems in the past with prisoners escaping. Maybe they shouldn't use the company going forward, but I wonder if there's a money-back guarantee on, hey, if the prisoner escapes, you don't pay. Anyway, have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon.
Okay, was it just me, or was the audio popping?
It was a little, it was a little bumpy.
Okay, is that on Keith's end or your end?
Turns out that the video may be goo-inducing today.
Yeah, I think it's the goo, or it's the video that's the problem.
You know what it is? It's the Beaver Moon. I'm telling you, get ready. This is going to have a long tail of nonsense. We're just getting warmed up.
Beaver Moon.
Hashtag Beaver Moon if you want to try to win the wine condom or the scarf. This damn Beaver Moon, if the last eclipse did the number on us, and it was right before the pandemic, imagine what this one is going to do.
So I'm opting for those loaves of bread rather than the Reese's peanut butter cup pie because they're sold out and it's $45, but they're
What's
long
sold
gone.
out?
The peanut butter pie, the big,
Are you
the
kidding
big
me?
round.
It's
No.
a Reese's.
They sold out in minutes, right?
Minutes.
Reese's peanut butter cup pie for Thanksgiving. After a big meal, you want a big slice of peanut cup pie, peanut butter cup pie? Really?
Yep.
But people are buying it. Who am I to talk?
Yep, $45. You could have that and those cherries for a nice.
So that I love
Now
sourdough.
the cherries are starting to seem like a really good idea.
Yeah, how about it? The
There.
sour. Do you like? A lot of people don't like sourdough. I love sourdough.
And that's a pretty good deal. $7. She bakes it, she wraps it in that thing, and then you can have a custom message, and she'll meet you halfway to your house to deliver it. So for $7, I thought that was
that is nice.
Yeah.
To get anything these days is nice because there's so much shortage happening on everything. Okay.
We support business, and we probably should support business here at some point.
Well, I would if they had anything on the shelf. I mean, I'm trying.
Right.
Well, you know who does have things? Our friends at Bettenhausen.
And we're going to pay homage to the fine sponsors right now. Keith, if you could fire up the Bettenhausen commercial.
The Black Friday sales event is going on all month long at Bettenhausen Ram on 159th Street in Tinley Park with 0% APR for 72 months plus $3,500 total cash. Power on with the strength of a Bettenhausen Ram truck. Your best Ram truck buying experience starts now at BettenhausenCDJR.com.
Wouldn't it be nice to
free.
buy somebody a car and have that big red bow on the top in the driveway like in the commercial? And they're saying words like they say in perfume commercials.
Lust.
Anger.
Anger.
Right. Alligator. Okay. And if you're looking to buy a home or refi your existing home, his place. See, this is it. We get past the 40-minute mark on this show, and good luck. I put it on automatic pilot, but David Hochberg is the guy. I can say that with clarity because I know David. I've known him for 20 years. Don't be calling a bank. They're going to waste your time. Those guys are just looking to go to lunch, or women. No, I can't give you a loan. No. Call David and his team at those numbers, and they have all kinds of information that you might not be aware of to get your loan or get your credit score up and all that stuff. That's the free consultation they'll give you by calling that number. David Hochberg, he's the man over by there. All right. What is going on with you, Leslie? You've assembled some things.
I have. And I thought of you. Well, wait, let's
I hope it's good.
hang on. We teased this story this morning, and it's not one of my favorites, but I should at least mention it. And that's the couple who got on a plane in London bound for Spain, and they say they were laughed at by airline personnel when they ended up in Greece, some 1,200 miles east of their destination. No one noticed when Humaira and Farouk Saik got on the wrong Ryanair flight in Stansted Airport. And it wasn't until the flight landed in Greece, not Seville, that the couple realized the big mistake. But rather than lend a hand, they say the folks at Ryanair just laughed at them. And eventually, though, a manager stepped in and offered them a free one-night stay at a nearby hotel. Only problem, the next Ryanair flight from Greece to Spain wasn't for 4 days. So everything else for the rest of their journey was completely out of pocket. Meanwhile, the folks at Ryanair are not apologizing. They say, quote, "It's each customer's responsibility to ensure they board the correct aircraft."
Okay, let's think about this for a second. When you go to the gate, there's usually a little sign there. This is flight so-and-so going to so-and-so. When you get on the flight, this flight is going to X. There are a lot of layers here.
You're in seat C7. You're in whatever.
If you're not going to X, get the hell off the plane.
And don't you have to scan the little thing, go boop, like Garry makes that noise when we do the prize before you even go down there?
I think they're at fault. I'm glad they had to pay the extra freight.
No, the couple had to pay the extra.
That's what I'm saying.
You think? Really?
Yeah, because
no mercy from you.
Why?
Huh?
We just said they give you a sign at the door there. This is going to this destination. They didn't see that. You get on the plane before they shut the door. This is a flight going to X. They didn't hear that.
See, but I'm worried that this means that any ne'er-do-well can get on a flight to anywhere, and no airline personnel are
Well,
going, "You don't
that's
belong on this
another
flight."
layer of why were they allowed on this flight when they didn't have a ticket on that flight? I agree with that.
2021, you think they'd have this figured out. Here's my actual favorite story that I just came upon. A former bodyguard for boxing legend Mike Tyson says Tyson used to have sex before every match so that he wouldn't kill his opponent. Rudy Gonzalez shared that tidbit during an exclusive interview with The Sun. He says Tyson would be so pumped up on adrenaline that he would sometimes cry and then almost always have relations with a groupie prior to entering the ring, fearing that otherwise he might eviscerate the other fighter. The interview with Gonzalez coincides with the 35th anniversary of Tyson becoming the youngest heavyweight champ in history at the age of just 20.
I love how he's trying to justify the sex with the groupie. Listen, if I didn't have sex with the groupie, I would have killed my opponent. You better cut me some slack here.
It was a mercy thing, and at that point, the young ladies show up in nurses' outfits, just, because, this is for the betterment of humanity or something.
Oh my God.
And officials in Hawaii think they figured out what's causing a river on the island of Oahu to smell like beer. Oddly, the waterway near Diamond Head doesn't just smell like beer. They went out there and tested and found that it was 1.2% alcohol by volume. After some sleuthing, officials with the Department of Health were able to trace the source to a company called Paradise Beverages, which just so happens to make some of the more popular brews on the island, including products sold by Kahola Brewery and Aloha Beer Company. Now it's just a matter of figuring out what pipes are leaking and how to stop it.
Yeah, well, that's not the worst thing that could leak into a general body of water.
Actually, going tubing on that river would be
nice over by there.
And did you know that the FBI is still looking for Jimmy Hoffa?
Why?
Just a couple of weeks ago, the FBI carried out a search of a landfill in New Jersey, following up on yet another lead regarding the whereabouts of the former union boss. Investigators received a tip based on a deathbed confession of a man whose father used to work at the landfill. The now deceased individual told his son as he was dying that back in 1975, his father was ordered by a group of unidentified men to bury Mr. Hoffa in a drum at that location. According to sources close to the case, FBI personnel are now analyzing some data that they collected at the scene. Hoffa was last seen on July 30th, 1975, after traveling to Michigan for a meeting with a New Jersey mob boss named Tony Provenzano, aka Tony Pro. The working relationship between the two had apparently gone sour, they say.
You think? I'm sure he's ground up and never to be found at this point.
But wouldn't that be interesting if after this eclipse we end up finding Jimmy Hoffa?
That's part of the Beaver Moon. Yeah, that could happen. Sure.
But at some point, like you said, it was 1975. Let it go. He's gone. I don't think he's coming back for Christmas this year.
Yeah, that's a good guess. Hey, the response to where's Kellyanne? Where's Kellyanne? I want to address that because Kellyanne was the first person in the comment section every week, and I got an email from Kellyanne. Keith, put up what she sent me. Apparently, Keely's run out of ideas and said, we've come full circle. Thanks for the ride. She's taking a break until she can come up with more schnauzer stuff. Kellyanne, we want you as part of this show. I know you can come up with more schnauzer stuff. And she was referring with that picture to that joke. That's how the whole schnauzer. Schnauzer. Look what I got left. Nothing.
And your
the final moment of the show, I'm going to eat the Luxardo cherry. Okay.
Can you tie the stem with your tongue?
I will try to do that too while I'm crying on the rock. The whole genesis of the schnauzer started with that joke that somebody sent me years ago, where this woman has a prescription. She goes to the pharmacist and
because her little dog's got a problem with hair in his ears, right?
She took her dog to the vet. dog has hair in its ear, and she has to get this prescription. And
for depilatory.
Right. Takes the prescription to the pharmacist, and I'm not going to be able to remember this because I'm a little bagged. So the pharmacist.
But this is when it's fun to watch you
Okay,
say.
let me see if I can reconstruct this. The pharmacist says, "Okay, if you're using this for your legs, you know what? I can't construct this right now. You know
something. If you're going to use it on your legs, don't wear tight jeans for a while. It's going to chafe.
If you're using it for your underarms,
she says it's not for my legs.
It's not for my legs. If it's for your underarms, don't wear anything that would cling to your underarms." And he kept asking, saying, "Don't do this if it's that." And then finally she said, "It's for my schnauzer." And he said, "Well, then don't ride your bike for a week."
Boom, boom.
There it is. Wow. In my head, I was climbing Mount Everest. I swear to God. Oh, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. So that's why Kellyanne put the schnauzer on the bike. Kellyanne, stay with us. I'm sure you have more stuff coming.
And all of you should stay with us too. And if you are watching us on YouTube, please like and subscribe and share and tell your friends. And if you want to advertise, we're welcome to that too.
Exactly.
Please. I hate to beg, but sometimes a girl
if you don't
just
toot
has
your own,
to.
who's going to toot it? We got to toot our own horn here.
Exactly. And on top of that, all these other podcasts, you can listen to all those NPR podcasts, all the Joe Rogan. They're not giving away GarrForce scarves and
you think
condoms.
Terry Gross on NPR is giving away condoms and scarves? No.
Oh, hell no.
Joe Rogan? No.
And here's the cool thing about wine condoms. Unlike the other kind, these are reusable.
Yes.
And if nothing else, they make great cat toys, I found out. Because every time I do this, the cat just goes berserk and drags the condom around the house. Every time I pop the bottle of the condom on the bottle, I leave it on the floor. It becomes a cat toy for a couple of days, and then it ends up downstairs.
You're not worried that he might swallow it?
Yeah.
No? Okay.
Wow, now that you mention it. No, it's not.
Jesus.
We're good.
Here, I'll tell you what, because people are now texting, "Wow, you're lube, man." I am, and I'm not driving, so I don't care.
No.
I'm not going to apologize for enjoying my life.
Like Mike Tyson, you may cry a little bit, but otherwise.
There it is.
Garry.
There it is.
The best show in my head that I ever did, I got a colonoscopy, and I had the anesthesia. I went to work to my radio show afterwards, and it was still wearing off. And people said it was the funniest that ever heard me.
So our president got his colonoscopy today. And I was thinking of you as he signed over control for a brief while to the vice president. But I'm thinking, man,
I'd love to hear Biden on Versed. Oh, my God, that would be great.
Oh, Lordy. But I think his handler said, okay, we're just going to dial back today's activities and make sure that he's snappy.
Yeah, okay. There was a large section of the population that lived with no anesthesia. Many billions of people had surgery with no anesthesia. Think about that for just a second and appreciate where we are right now and your life right now. They would just cut into people and hold them down, and they would bite down on a towel or something as they were cutting them open. Think about that when you go into surgery and all these great drugs we have. And the surgeries I've had, oh my God. You go into that twilight and you come out of it and it's euphoria. That's why a lot of people get hooked on that stuff. I understand. My Manhattan is the closest I could come to surgery. And Friday is the day.
What was it? It was a garden hose and a flashlight. Was that the colonoscopy of days gone by? Wait, aren't you going to be doing a retrospective?
I already did it. It's posted. The Hammerker Schlemmer catalog of 173 years ago. My idea of what was in the catalog. Hammerker Schlemmer has been around for 173 years. And I, on my blog at GarryMeier.com in the Out of My Mind section, speculated as to what that catalog looked like, because they're still putting the catalog out. And I want to know what they were advertising 173 years ago. So what you're going to read is what I came up with. Hope you like it. Oh, boy. Hey, it's time to give something away here, and that would be the condom and the GarrForce scarf. All right, let's hit the computer there, Keith, and see who wins. What do you say?
All right, hopefully I can figure this out. Oh, there we go.
There he is.
You've got my whole window there, but that's okay. Let's draw a winner, shall we?
Here we go. Hit it.
There you go.
Anthony Richard. Anthony, over by there. Over by there.
Garry. So yeah, send us a message. Send us a text to figure it out, and we'll find you.
Figure it out. You want your prize? God damn it! Figure it out. I mean, what the hell? We got to hold your hand for everything. What the hell? Jesus Christ!
I don't know. It's too freaking technical for me.
Oh my God.
Send up a flare. Do something.
Yeah, exactly. Send me a Kringle with your address. I don't know. Anthony, you'll figure it out. You'll get your condom. You'll get your scarf. God damn it.
It's here for you. It's got your name on it.
Oh, Jesus. I am so baked. And I'll tell you what. I'm happy. I'm very happy at the end of these shows. I'm so happy that you joined the show every Friday because we look forward to this. We like doing the shows all week to lead up to this. And with the way things are in the world, if you didn't have this, wouldn't you cry? I'm going to go cry in a few minutes on a rock. But that's a cleansing. My Manhattan's going to come out of my tear ducts in a few minutes.
Sure.
So it's all good.
It is.
Right. And Ryan, you do such a great job. And Keith,
go have some more cherries.
Keith and I worked together at a radio station, and you worked with Keith too, Leslie, at this radio station. And thank God we had witnesses to what we endured there. Because I don't think anybody would have believed that we just said it on our own. Oh, it was this and this and this. Oh, my God. The three of us would talk and go, is this weird? Yeah.
By the way,
weird.
Speaking of which, today would be the anniversary of like the end of the insanity.
Seriously? Today?
Yeah. Today would be the end for you, and tomorrow would be the end for me.
Okay, let's replicate this for just a minute. So I'm doing my show now on their digital platform because they didn't like the fact that I was too successful on their radio show. So they said
your ratings were
right.
Way
we're
higher.
going. They said to me, we're going in a different direction, which is down, and we don't want you to be part of that. Okay, so I went to the digital platform for several months, and then I do the show. It was a Friday. I get home 2 hours later. I get an email. Your services will no longer be needed at the radio station. We will pay you the remainder of your contract. And I'm thinking, wow, that says a lot. You don't even do it in person. You're such a piece of shit. And then I had to tell Keith, and Leslie was let go. And I'm thinking, oh my God,
they kept me around until after the first of the year.
Did
when
they?
Somebody who thought that I was icked up because I knew you decided that I had to go.
Really? And today's the day. So, but here's how weird it got even beyond that. At the end of the show, a guy that had been working there for many years and a very celebrated broadcaster by the name of Milt Rosenberg pops into the studio. And I admired Milt because he was just the greatest guy and did a show that was unlike anything I'd ever heard. And the fact that he even liked me was something that I thought was special. He pops the door open, and nobody knew this was the last show. He said, these are his exact words.
Please quote it.
Exact words, ladies and gentlemen. What the fuck are they doing to this radio station? And I said, Milt, I don't know. I'm just doing what they told me to do. That night, I get the email, you're no longer needed here. And that was it. And I'm thinking, I don't care. You own the station as far as how you handle things, but that's the most bullshit way to handle people. And I didn't do anything to upset this place, but make money for the radio station and give you good ratings. And I enjoyed the hell out of working there. And to be treated like that was just uncalled for. And all of us were treated like dog shit.
Oh,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I'm thinking this is radio in general, how they treat people. And I don't understand the concept of why you treat people like that. There's a way to do business and there's a way not to do business. And that's not the way to do business. And that's what they did. They just treated everybody like dog shit. And this is the beauty of the podcast world, the internet. Fuck you for treating us like that. This is more fun.
A warning, today's shows will have a lot of swears.
Oh God, but it's so cathartic to be able
Isn't
to
it?
say this because you want to be professional, but screw that. It was
That's
just
really
ridiculous. It was
listen.
bad
You want to fire
business,
somebody,
it was
you have
bad
every right
people.
to do that. Oh, whatever. You own the radio station, but I worked my ass off at that place and enjoyed every moment and did everything I needed to do. And I had the best ratings on the radio station. To treat me like that
was the weird thing.
Yes,
like they just had to jack with him for no reason whatsoever. We would have a fabulous show, and they would almost look at us like, "Well, why'd you go and do that? You're
I know
all
it was
of a sudden
Bizarro World,
right?
They were. It was like
You're
right.
number one on TuneIn. You beat like every soccer team in Europe on TuneIn today, but
yeah,
we don't
so when
really
they push
that."
Let me just say to our affiliates down the line, we're running a little late. So they put me on their digital platform, which was fine because this was 6-7 years ago. I'm thinking, well, the digital world is the world anyway to go into. I'll do that. And they pulled me off of that. And I'm thinking, what in the hell are you doing? And we would track this because they had a way to track who was number one in the digital world back then. And the show was showing up right away on the top of that heap. And I'm thinking, okay, I'll do this. But they couldn't even do that. I mean, this is what is happening to this business. You got a lot of fucking idiots that are in charge, and they don't know what the hell they're doing, and they just keep doing.
They've never done a show themselves. A lot of these people have never had a single moment of success themselves, but now they somehow are on this weird little power trip. So with that, in a couple of weeks, let's just tease. Can we have Keith tell his story about like how they just jacked him around and how he became your producer?
Oh God, yeah.
Then everyone will have to get on and rock and cry.
Okay.
Oh God, but that would be. I mean,
here's the weird thing.
It
was a weird story in that I had a producer that was doing well, and then one day they went, "We're going to give you another producer." I said, "But Craig is doing fine. What's wrong with Craig?" "Well, we don't want him on your show." Okay.
Yeah.
So Keith comes on, and I'm now in the middle of this spin, and Keith and I didn't have a chance. We were only together a few months before we could get any bearings, and it was over. So I didn't know Keith from anything. I never had a chance to.
I was shell shocked from I was shell shocked from what had happened to put me in that position to begin with. So I had no idea what was going on.
What they said about Keith, like they told us he was a maniac essentially.
Yeah, I mean, they were feeding us all this bullshit. Well, that's another day. But the fact is, and you know this, well, maybe you know this, Leslie, this guy who ran the station had a loaded gun on his desk.
Right.
A loaded gun, and threatened to use it if he didn't like what was going on. And I'm thinking, I should have fucking called the cops back then.
Right.
Because you can't have a gun in Chicago.
He thought it was intimidating and it made him cool. And a friend of mine was ready, who was a college football player in his youth, was ready to jump across the desk and throttle him.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Yeah, it was just bizarre. And all right, I didn't mean to unload this on the GarrForce people.
But see, it's like you got that extra content, you guys. And
Yes.
there are more stories that we can tell. And next time Garry finishes Manhattan, whoop, whoop.
Uh-oh. Now that's funny. That's funny. I'm the only one that was still. You both went out for a while there. Keith is gone. Ryan dropped out. Leslie dropped out.
But no, I'm here.
But this is what we can talk about. And I know Howard Stern has done this when he left radio and went to satellite. He exposed a lot of this stuff they really couldn't get into on the radio stations. And it sounds like if one guy does it, you're thinking, well, he's just doing it to get some percussion and he's making a lot of it up. It's true. I mean, we've endured this nonsense for years because why? We don't know. And all the shows that were beaten to a pulp were doing well. And we don't have any logic to associate with it. So anyway, this is where we're at now.
Now, this is one that's going to go to the Broadcast Hall of Fame. Oh, wait. No,
I feel that when I vent, and I see this in the comments, people who are going through this hell in their job can live vicariously through this. They can get a little of that. Oh, that's what my job is like. Thank you for saying that, because you are really pinned down because you need the paycheck or whatever. and you can't say anything, and you're enduring this hell. For what reason? Why does this have to be?
It's toxic for no good reason whatsoever. And,
No.
And what's weird is because I think we get into kind of a Stockholm syndrome sometimes too, where you just get beaten down and you assume, well, this is life as I know it, and this is the way I have to be. And then when we get into something like this and you realize in retrospect how freeing it is when you finally do step away from
Oh my God. It was at the end, it was beyond bizarre. Get this. So one night after I do my show on the radio station, he calls me in, the manager calls me in, we want to move you to the digital platform because you don't have enough women listening. And I said, well, let me see. I have the highest ratings on the station. There has to be a large women component in that mix because I wouldn't be able to do that number with just men. And, I said, I don't want to do that. I want to stay on the radio station right now. Okay, we'll talk about it. The next day I come to work, I walk in my office, and the morning guy or whoever was doing comes to my office. Hey, I'm sorry you're not on the radio station anymore. I said, what are you talking about? Well, the press release just went out. You're not on the radio station. You're going to the digital platform. I thought, they never told me. They never told me. It gets even weirder. So my wife was handling my stuff, and she had a meeting scheduled because I said when I got home that night, they're giving me some kind of crap about taking me off the radio station. You got to meet with this guy. She goes and meets with the guy. He doesn't say anything and says that we're going to keep talking about it. She calls me and says, okay, they're going to keep talking. We're going to keep you on the radio. They've already taken me off. He didn't say anything? No. This is insane. Oh, my God.
Oh, God. We should do every so often. We need to do this as like extra content because do you remember when they decided to try and just screw with your head and make me your co-host without telling you?
Yeah, they would just do things and not discuss it with you and think you'd be okay.
And they hadn't discussed it with me, and they hadn't offered me it. Oh, wait. Once again, another story for another day.
Well,
yeah. And then you get that book, the Move On book. Too bad you didn't have that back then, right?
Wait a minute. Where is that? Yeah.
And we're going to give away another copy of that. And
there it is. That's what you need when you're going
I need to do that. I know I need to do that. But you know what? It feels pretty damn good to get it off my chest.
It does.
Because here's the bit. How disrespectful is it to the listener to take a show that people like and just pull the plug on it? What is that? I mean, let alone what my issue is or what they put me through. What about the listener? That's your whole bread and butter.
Right.
Why do you treat them like dog shit?
I mean, we've always thought of you guys as being kind of an extended part of what.
Well, without the listeners, there is no.
It sounds like screwy to say like extended family, but you know that's really how. Well, for frack's sake, Ryan. That's how you've become our friend. And any number of you guys we think of you more as friends than just, some entities out there that we don't give a crap. Well, they don't give a crap about you, but we did.
Well, without the listeners, what do they have? I keep saying to people that pull these bullshit stunts, without the ratings and the listeners, all it is a bunch of equipment in an office building. That's what a radio show is. It's not the equipment. It's not the radio station. It's who's on the air that can attract a group of people that want to keep listening. Don't you understand? It's not you. It's not the equipment. It's the person on the air. And it's really hard to get ratings, especially now because you have so many different platforms out there to go to. But they still act like they're the only game in town. They're not.
And it's changing really fast. We should probably wrap it up for today.
Oh, what time? Oh, yeah, that's enough for today. I'm telling you, I'm blaming it on the beaver moon. All right? If anybody asks, it's the beaver moon that did it to me. I was fine before everything happened here this early morning. Hey, thanks for listening.
Cherry, man.
You got to get those Luxardo cherries. That's what set me off. They're magic. Okay.
Hey, Luxardo cherries, if you want to advertise.
Yeah, Luxardo cherries. Come on, advertise on the GarrForce. Take the cannoli coming down the aisle. Look at that. It's beautiful.
Oh, God.
Nice. Hey, what about the schnauzer, Leslie?
Honest to God, give it a Luxardo cherry.
Yeah, baby.
Golly.
Yeah. All right. I love my schnauzer.
That was so cathartic.
Yeah. God, I feel good. I might not cry as much tonight. I think I already did. 3 in the green, gear down. Have a great weekend. Talk to you on Monday. The voice of the globe, the GarrForce, has landed.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like. This is the GarrForce